All right, we are back with another episode of BSN Backstage. And listen, if you are looking for amazing, inspiring events to connect with incredible individuals, learn important life resources, and to be able to broaden your community of people, you're absolutely in the right place. And so we're going to be talking to yet another event visionary today. I'm joined by Miss Monique Pearson. We are going to be talking all about the Beyond the Diagnosis event, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. So, Monique, super excited that you're here. Welcome to BSN Backstage and excited to have you. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you for allowing me to come on the platform and share. Super excited. As you said, we're like weeks away. So I am super excited. So glad to be here and share with you today.
Absolutely. As always, we like diving in behind the scenes. So if you don't mind, just take us back a little bit. Why this conference? Well, first of all, maybe just explain a little bit high level what it is. I know um, just from talking to you and seeing the amazing content that's out already, we're going to be talking about stories of living and thriving. And
Mhm.
so please take us behind the scenes a little bit and tell us how this event was conceptualized.
Well, yes, for those who may not be familiar with me, my name is Monique Pearson, and I am the CEO of Soaring Without Limits Enterprises. And what I do with SWOL, which is the acronym, is to help women to overcome their mindset limitations via mindset coaching, books, and international travel. And as of last year, the SWOL platform has expanded. April 8th, 2024, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Being a person who didn't know anyone who has an autoimmune disorder, don't have any family members who have an autoimmune disorder, it definitely was a life-changing diagnosis for me, and wanting to find community in order to be able to have someone who understood what I was going to be experiencing, what I was going to be walking through. And that was what I was missing. I had a great medical team, great medical assistants, supportive friends and family, but there's nothing like when you're going through a situation to have someone you can talk to, connect with, that understands what you're going through because they are also walking out that same journey. So that is what was the catalyst behind Beyond the Diagnosis, because I know I wasn't the only one who felt as if they didn't have a community to walk out this journey with. So I wanted to create a platform to help others who have chronic illnesses be able to find their tribe and find their community.
Wow, I love that. I love taking something that is a authentic, albeit not positive. Like nobody would ever want to have to, go to the doctor and hear any bad news. But
Right.
I think one of the critical things is when you are going through an experience, especially something that's incredibly challenging, the first thing I always do is lift my head up and like look around and be like, okay, I know I'm not the only person going through
Mhm.
this. And
Right.
often with things as sensitive as medical challenges, I know those are things that people may not always want to be forthcoming about for many, many reasons. How was that like for you? Was it a challenge when you talk about building community? Because I think about community, I think it's easy to build community around skateboarding or pickleball or video games or just things that people kind of do for fun. But has it been an especially challenging thing to find and or build community for individuals around something that's a little bit more sensitive like health?
I would say, as I said, I got diagnosed in 2024. This effort for Beyond the Diagnosis kicked off in November of 2025, and we actually kicked off with an anthology project. So I actually, as I said, didn't have the community, didn't know the women, but I was like, being a woman of faith, I believe that God is going to bring to me those women who are also looking to share, to be able to inspire, to educate, and empower. So I put out the call for authors, for women who also have autoimmune disorders that will be willing to partner with me to share their story, to be able to help another along the way. And I was fortunate and blessed to have 7 other women who are also co-authors with me in the anthology project, Beyond the Diagnosis, Stories of Living and Thriving. And all 8 of us are sharing our respective journeys that we have had with autoimmune disorders. So that part of starting with that part of the community kicked it off, and now we're branching out for the conference, and the anthology will be officially launched there. And then, of course, opening up the platform via the conference for others in the community to be able to join us.
No, that's really good. And so I know we're getting close. I want to just throw the date out right now to make sure folks have it. Whatever platform you're watching this on, we'll make sure it's linked below. But we're kicking off on May 16th, I
Yes.
believe, 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. And that's going to be
Mhm.
at the Owen Brown Interface Center. And what state, what location is this happening again?
So that's going to be in Columbia, Maryland. So all of our folks in the DMV, Delaware, so New York, even Philly, you all are within driving distance. So extending out the invitation to come on in and join us.
Now, I imagine you're going to be speaking at this event as well. I know you're hosting. I know sometimes those things don't always work together, but what is going to be your role at the event live, and what can people expect once they arrive and after they go through a full day? Because packing 4 hours worth of content, I know sometimes when you have half day events like that, it's a lot coming at you fast, and you kind of almost need the rest of the day to unpack what you just experienced. So I actually like events in that kind of frame. But
Uh-huh.
what's going to be your role, and what do you want? What do you hope that people can expect when they get there and they experience it?
Well, yes, I would love to share what they can anticipate and what they can expect joining us. So first, I am the host for spearheading this, but I have a phenomenal host who is going to be leading and having the hosting duties for the conference, which is Reverend Dr. Xenia Barnes, who is also an autoimmune warrior in her own right. And she also has pulmonary fibrosis. So she is just an inspiration by herself, and she's going to bring that fire, that inspirement just from how she's walking out her journey, not allowing her medical conditions to deter the calling that is upon her life. So she will be acting and serving as the host as well as one of our featured keynotes. We also have the pleasure of having Janine Horn, who is the founder of Zen Wellness, and she will be giving us a workshop on mental health as it pertains to your nervous system, which is an important part for those of us with chronic illnesses, managing your stress levels, which can cause flare-ups, inflammation, detrimental to your health condition. Also joining us is Dr. Vicki Johnson. She is going to be giving us a sound bath. I know many may not be familiar with that, but basically think of it as having your body bathe in various musical instruments.
I
And
actually know what that is. I
oh,
experienced
you
that one
do?
time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
experienced my first sound bath. It was like outside, but it was amazing.
That's why it's like those who have never experienced it are in for a treat. When I tell
It's
you,
very
you
cool.
are going to be so relaxed, like so zen, like the ultimate meditation level. So I'm super excited for that. Also joining us on the keynote docket, we have Dr. Loretta Halstead, who is also one of the co-authors in the anthology. She's going to have a block for us as far as a keynote experience. We're also building in intentional networking. I don't want people to just sit there at the conference and have to absorb. I actually want them to partake, to be able to interact with not only those who are on the program, but the other people who are in the room. So there's going to be intentional networking sessions that are built into the conference. We are going to have a DJ on board, DJ Lioness on the ones and twos, so that we can also incorporate fun as well as into the conference. And I'm going to be wrapping us up as the final keynote. We also are featuring 11 small Black businesses that are here in the community. So they will also be on deck there in the conference area with us, so that people can be able to support small business as well. And we're going to feed the people. We're going to have brunch. We have a local caterer. I'm super excited that I was able to partner with all local businesses here within the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area to support this effort and also bring and highlight and support them in their businesses as well. So it is going to be fun, educational, inspirational. And as I said, we will be kicking off the launch of the Anthology project. So all 8 authors will be in the building to be able to interact with you, sign your book, take pictures, share their stories. So it is definitely going to be a great time. Oh, you're on mute, Brian.
Absolutely, just kidding. Yeah, this sounds incredible. I think that you put together a phenomenal program. And as I kind of listen to the speakers and the areas of expertise, I can't help thinking that this would be a great event for not just people who are, um, you know, have experienced autoimmune diseases or may have struggled with potential chronic health issues. But I think family members,
Mhm.
caretakers, spouses, like people who form that lattice of support when you do have to go through a challenging health situation. Sometimes the message is, I'm sure, would just be as applicable to that population to help you understand how to support someone going through the various stages of that journey, as well as the person actually going through it. Is that right?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up because we definitely want the caretakers. We want the health medical field to be able to hear from their patients. And we want the family members to be in the room because I'm sure they need support, being supportive to their respective affected family members as well. So yes, they are welcome. We gladly want them to be there because it's going to benefit all parties. So yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It's definitely encouraged that they attend as well.
Yeah. And then I never, I mean, you can ask anybody, Monique. I never want to gloss over food because at an event, especially if the event is predominantly us, I'm not saying this one is or isn't, but generally speaking, food is a factor. So if you do want to plug the vendor, plus I know Maryland is just a great destination in general. I know we gotta have people coming in from out of state, but if you have a small business plug that you want to give a shout out to, we're happy to do it.
Oh, well, I can definitely highlight some of our small businesses that are going to be partner with us here for the event. I have wellness coaches that's going to be coming. I'm actually going to be doing a live later on this evening with one of them, Rosalind Law, who is a health and wellness coach herself, and her granddaughter are co-partnering as vendors. She does the wellness piece as far as natural herbs and services in that lane, and her granddaughter makes her own shea butter
Oh,
products, which
that's cool.
also have affirmations and Bible verses on her packaging and labeling. So just to be able to bring in that family generational passing down the business, I thought that was just like super cool that they're going to be partnering with us. I also have Tina Tillage with the 436 collection. She does, I know everyone has seen real popular right now, the junk ties with the jewelry on it with the matching hats. So she's going to have some one-of-a-kind pieces available for sale there at the venue. I also have Shonda Johnson, who is the owner of Custom U, where she makes customized wood jewelry that will be available there. We also have Katrina Henderson with My Name is Beautiful. All of her products are pouring into young girls and women with stone-related jewelry, as well as far as t-shirts that are encouraging self-love, as well as book products, journals. So she has like a plethora of items that will be available. We also have Deborah Johnson, who has Visions Divine. She is has a skincare line, makeup services and makeup products that will be in the building with us. We also have Dr. Obiyama, who will be joining us from Philadelphia, who is the millionaire mindset coach working with women to birth out their businesses and get them to the next level beyond 6 figures, coaching services, who will be with us. We also have one of my other co-workers, Sarah Sims, who has Autumn and Joy, where she does all natural products without any chemicals for those who are in the natural holistic realm that is going to be joining us. I'm sure I'm missing a couple other people, but there will be 11 small Black businesses that will be in the building with us. So will be plenty of people, opportunities for you to support.
Yeah, that's incredible. And so a lot of times we highlight on these things. We just had Black History Month a couple months ago, I guess. At this point, it's crazy. It's already been a couple months, but we have Black History Month.
Right?
We're in a time warp, and then we have Small Business Saturday down at the end of the year, and later. But it's like there's so many opportunities to be able to plug in. And that's the beautiful thing I love about events. I love events that are intentionally curated where you're bringing in small business partners, vendors. Of course, every speaker there has their own business. So an event like this, I heard you earlier mention that you're cultivating intentional networking experiences. And so this is something where you can kind of check multiple boxes. And again, I'm going to just give you props because sometimes, I know it's not you, but sometimes it's like these events start too early. You don't have that problem. 12 o'clock, you can literally, like, if you can't get to a 12 o'clock event, my God, like, I don't know what to tell you. So 12 o'clock is like, I think, a perfect start.
I was very intentional on that because I remember like the 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock events. I was like, man, I got to rush, get over there. Traffic is super early or cranky. So I don't know. I've been to so many conferences, and I think that also helps encourage people coming in better spirits. And right away, you have one speaker and we're having lunch, we're having brunch, we're listening to music. I want people to not only be educated, but I also want you to have a good time while you're with us. So I was very intentional about the time placement as well.
Yeah, 4 hours is the sweet spot. I mean, even if you got to get a babysitter or something like that, like you're back, like 5 o'clock, you're back home, going on with the rest of your day. So that's the other thing. Sometimes experiences go on for too long. So I love the fact that you've put that down. Now, my last question, and then I'll let you wrap up with anything else you want to share. I just want to talk about the experience because, here in Black Speakers Network, we are connecting to the audience that we're called to serve. And so sometimes we're often looking for stages as speakers, but sometimes we forget about the other side where we can create stages. And this was an event experience that this is the inaugural event. So there's no blueprint to pull from. You are building the plane while you fly it. From your perspective, what have you learned, or what has been, from your perspective, I guess, one of the biggest benefits of hosting something like this? You built this community of speakers. You're bringing together a curated community of experts. You're working with the small business community. From your perspective as a entrepreneur and a speaker, how has just going through this experience shaped you? And I guess, if there's any lessons to learn for folks who might be kind of thinking about trying to do what you're doing, would love for them to be able to pull any insights from that.
Oh, I definitely can speak because I'm still learning as I'm doing right now. One thing I would share that I've taken away from myself for planning purpose for next year, I would say start a year out. I gave myself 6 months, and I'm finding I'm still feeling a little pressed and pressure. So I would say definitely I plan on starting. I'm gonna take a month off after this one, but starting at least a year out. 2, having a good marketing team, like that makes or breaks you in building out a team as well. So I have been blessed to be able to have ambassadors that have been willing to volunteer and join and partner with me on this. So 2, playing up and plugging into your network and those who are willing and have their skills to use those in-house resources that you connect with every day. And 2, I think it is one that I'm still learning and would probably say as far as how to connect and get sponsorships. I will say I'm still trying to figure that out myself. So if you have the opportunity to be able to get skilled or get some expertise as it pertains or coaching services in that realm to help relieve some of the financials, I think that will be helpful as well. And then basically keeping the main thing the main thing. What is intent, and what would you like to see and have the people walk away from that experience and have that sense of clarity of what you want to offer, what they'll take away from the experience, I think is crucial as well.
Well, you spoken like an event veteran, Monique. You better get ready to come back and do some master classing on throwing a first class event and all the things. Having done events for decades now, everything you said, I co-sign on 100%. And walking into this event, it sounds like you're walking into May 16th with the 2020 date already kind of top of mind and ready to share. And I think I agree with the break, taking the break, but
Yes.
from programming perspective, you kind of
Mhm.
have a 12 or 11-month runway, and you already have a built-in audience of folks
That
who
part.
are likely going to
Yeah.
be, so you're
Mhm.
never starting from zero again.
Right, because you're
I
taking
love
all of that property and you're going to take those videos, because we have an interview booth. I forgot to share. We also going to have Miss Unity World.
it. Okay.
She's going to be representing us with us as our interview booth and station, getting the testimonials and speaking to the audience as well as the speakers. So you can take all of that collateral that you get from your first event and be able to use that for promotional purposes for your next one. So everything could be recycled and reused.
Nothing wasted. Nothing
There you
wasted.
go.
Monique, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us here, BSN Backstage. I know May 16th is going to be incredible. You've always been a phenomenal resource here, Black Speakers Network. Is there any final thing that you'd like people to know before we go?
Yes, actually, I didn't share where it's going to be. It's going to be at the Owen Brown Interfaith Center in Columbia, Maryland, and free parking, plenty of it. So it is a plaza. So I am super, that was also intentional, because I hate going somewhere, having to circle the block and you can't find a place to park. You guys will not have that problem here. So go ahead and get your tickets. You can get them at www.IamMoniquePearson.com. And I also threw in an extra incentive for my people who love to take action. The first 50 people, it's less than 50 now, of course, folks have already been buying tickets. You all will be entered into a special drawing where Soaring Without Limits Enterprises will give a giveaway for a trip for 4 to over 3,500 locations of your choice, just for taking action and rewarding you on that and being in the room. That's only offered to our first 50 ticket goers, which we are coming close upon now. So I highly suggest that you go ahead and join us and be in the room.
Listen, I love it. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that link thrown up on the screen. Yep, there we go. Perfect. It'll obviously be in the comments as well. Thank you so much, Monique. I am super excited about continuously creating platforms. That's really why we created BSN Backstage, to be able to spotlight these opportunities. And I think that being able to go behind the scenes, literally backstage a little bit, and
Mhm.
help us see how these things come together is always beneficial. And we want Black Speakers Network to show up. I'm sure, between speakers, vendors, attendees, family members, there's a place for folks to plug in. And it's clear that this isn't a one and done. You're going to be continuing this movement throughout the year. So regardless of when you're seeing this, even after the event, I imagine that website is not changing. Like, you will still be Monique Pearson after the 16th.
All
So
day, every day.
no matter where you see it, make sure you
Uh-huh.
continue to plug in, y'all. So as we say at Black Speakers Network, keep speaking up. Your audience awaits, and we'll see you on stage. Monique, we'll see you on the 16th.
All right. See you then.
Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.